Well, hello. So some of you have shown a little bit of interest in a certain style of my bow tie. And that is a bow tie that used to be a necktie but is now a bow tie because bow ties are better. So I think it's about time that I introduce you all to the process of changing a floppy neck thing to a stylish bow. So, without further ado, here is that. So you gotta start by just grabbing the whole thing. There you see. It's a good looking tie basically. Except we know better, don't we? You gotta take your trimming scissors and just start working there on the threads. So once it's all unthreaded, you just gotta go back to your ironing station. And by back, well, I said back because I've been here earlier tonight, but this is the first time you guys are gonna be coming here. So, just gotta get all situated. There is the fabric, all unthreaded, all unbound. Just gotta lay it out nice and flat, although it doesn't want to do that. Got to get your steamy iron and put that sucker down there and show it no mercy. There we go. Just got to flatten it out. Remove all vestiges of a necktie, because that's what this whole thing is about. It's about taking the old and making it new. So, back to the workstation, once again. So just lay your unraveled necktie out, put the pattern down, and because you don't have very much material, just fold it over and call it good. Get out the pins, but don't stick yourself, because I've done that a million times. And after a little bibbity-bobbity-boo, all the pins are in. And then you just gotta grab your scissor and give that a nice trim. So you just gotta go and do that to the other side here, because the bow tie is more than just one side. It is multifaceted. And after all the pins are in, gotta look out and grab the scissor again. Now it's all said and done. Now comes the more artistic parts. Parts a little bit harder, but you know, that's okay. Here comes the fish. Not the fish! There's another fish. So the fish are actually interfacing. Just gotta cut it out in that shape because it gives the bow its eventual shape when it comes down to it. A bow tie is really just a fish tail with a really long tongue. So, you gotta lay it down in the center. Once that looks all nice, you take it back to the ironing station. Lay it out. And then just grab that iron and steam that mother like a bowl of rice. Now, this is just a little bit difficult. You gotta get the two ends, not the fishtail ends, but the tongue ends together. So here's the sewing station. My sewing machine, as you can see, is beautiful. And it's a Brother XL 2600. color purple, my favorite. Alright, so after pinning the two short ends together, take her over to the sewing machine, and remember to move each one of the pins out as you go, because if you don't, you could break the needle and then a piece of it could fly out into your eye and you'd go blind. But that's worst case scenario. I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but just remember to backstitch, because if you don't, then you could run into some issues. Now, you just gotta come together. So here's my face again, but we're looking this way for a specific reason. So here's a chopstick. Most people use it to eat. Some could use it as a baton. I will actually be using it to pull the outside of the bow tie to the outside. And obviously I'll be working some magic here and making that from a weird wobbly gook to a fishtail. Isn't that attractive? So this sometimes happens, a little happy little accident, when you just get a little too close to the edge, but I have a quick fix for this, which happens to be fabric glue. Just gotta stick that sucker in there and no one will be the wiser. So this little area is where I pulled the outside to the outside. So it's obviously still open, still exposed and everything. So just got to get a little bit of that fabric glue down there too. Just a little bit, but because if you do a lot, then it turns into a mess. Now comes the truly instructional portion of this video, where you take the bow tie and just got to make sure it works and it fits. Got to get on an attractive looking collared shirt and then lay the bow tie flat across your chest. And if your chest is exceptionally flat like mine, you'll have no problem. So first got to start by crossing it over on itself, puff out the bow, put the other fishtail over. Got to keep adjusting it as you go, because if you don't, it'll drive you crazy, I swear. And then after that little loop is made, stick the fishtail there in the loop, pull it through, and just got to adjust it, and if it looks good, then yeah, it looks good. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this little trip into the madness that is my mind in seeing how a necktie becomes, well, a pretty good looking bow tie. I had a lot of fun doing this because, well, I like bow ties and I like making them. So, if you enjoyed what you saw, just let me know down below and we'll send more your way. Again, I'm Bowties LA, and here's a bow tie for your everyday.